So, kia ora everyone. Just introducing Haani, for those that don't know, who's Wānanga famous. No. We're pretty much but before we start, just to congratulate you on your award, your Ako award. So cool to have you recognised for your mahi view. But yeah, here to hear, we'll have a sneak peek of your WIPCE kōrero. So I'll pass the rako to you, and then maybe at the end I can pass some pātai.
Tēnā tātou. Tēnā koutou i ngā kaihui o tō tātou waka o te mātauranga. Me ki, mai te ihu, whakawhiti atu ki te wānga heke rau atu ki te kei. Tēnei anō te mihi o te ngākau ki a koutou. Kua whai wāhi mai ki nei kōrero i te rānei. Ai, ko te kaupapa nui tonu, ko te kawe atu i nei kōrero ki WIPCE, hei te marama e heke mai nei. Nō reira, tēnā pia ko te mea tuatahi ko enei kōrero ka puta i ngā rangahau mo taku tohu kairangi. Nō reira, ko te nungo ngā kōrero kei roto i te reo Māori. Hoi anō, ka whai tonu i ngā me ki ngā reo erua i tēnei o ngā kōrero. Ko te tūmanako ka mārama ki te katoa heaha te kōrero ka kawe au ki WIPCE. Nō reira, kai pātai ngā mokopuna i ahatia e koe taku taonga e. I ka pohi e te rārangi whakamutunga o te waiata nei hei aronga matua i tēnei rangahau. He mea whakamahara, he mea whakau i te āhuatanga ki te whakarau ora reo, ki te pupuru i te tikanga i te kawa. Waihoki ko te haka me te waiata te kai tō, te kai kukumi i te tangata ki tana reo e noho ngu ana. Tauanau ki te tuāpapa o te whare, ka toko ake te paki rehua, ko te noho ākapa tonu ki te haka, ki te waiata hoki, tētehi huarahi, tētehi whare anō, hei whāngai, hei kai, hei whakapakari hoki i te reo, kia tika, kia rere, kia Māori. Ai rānei, kao rānei. Ka kōrerohia ngā kapa e rua, ara ko te kapa o te whare wānanga Waikato te tuatahi, ko te kapa matua i pake ke mai ai te kaituhi, hei kaihaka, hei tangata kōrero Māori. Ko te haona kaha kapa haka te tuarua, ara ko te kapa i whakatūria e mātou ko taku whānau, me ngā hāngaitanga ki te kaupapa rangahau, e kōrerohi ana. Nō reira, ka noho tonu e nei kōrero, hei kōrero tuku iho, hei mātauranga no te ao Māori, no ngā tūpuna Māori, no te iwi Māori. Ko ngā kōrero, ko ngā whakaaro, ko ngā kitenga, ka puta i te hirikapo i pakeke mai i tōna ao Māori. Māku anō tōku nei whare hei hanga, kia pakari ai te tū. Me he whare mātauranga Māori, me he whare kaupapa Māori, i hangaia ki ngā taonga take o te iwi. Mai te onamata ki te anamata, mā ngā kōrero rangahau nei e puta ai te hiahia, te whakapono ki ngā momo rautaki, ki ngā momo huarahi, whakarau o reo hoi ko te aokapa haka tonu te kaihapai. Nō reira, pia, hei āwhina i te hunga, kāre tonu i te marama ki te reo Māori, anei anō taua kōrero. So just acknowledging that not everyone currently has te reo Māori in our movement. I'm saying currently because I know that eventually that's what our wānanga will look like. However, just to pass on to what I'm going to be looking at, anei te kōrero i roto i te reo Pākehā. Hei pātai ngā mokopuna, I ahatia e koe taku taonga e. The line from the song, lest our descendants ask, what happened to my language, serves as a foundation for this presentation on language revitalisation. The central inquiry is whether participation in kapahaka, Māori performing groups that teach song and dance through te reo Māori, can effectively facilitate the learning, retention and maintenance of the language. This presentation will examine two kapahaka groups. The first being the University of Waikato kapahaka, where I developed my fluency in te reo Māori, and the second kapa is Te Hauna Kaha kapahaka, which myself and my family established. Through engaging narratives, this presentation will highlight the personal transformation and empowerment experienced by participants. Insights drawn from the presenter's experience, anako hautera, along with those of other contributors, will inform the discussion. The framework for this exploration is anchored in a prophetic saying from Kingi Tāwhiao, our second Māori king. This statement embodies mana motuhake, self-determination, aimed at revitalisation of Indigenous ways of knowing and sharing knowledge, encapsulated in the phrase, Māku hei hanga tōku nei whare, I will build my own house. The hope is that the presentation inspires a renewed belief in the potential of kapahaka to play a pivotal role in language revitalisation, fostering a sense of belonging and cultural pride among our participants. By showcasing how kapahaka can bridge the gap between tradition and modernity, this work advocates for a collective effort to nurture and sustain te reo Māori for future generations. So one of the tools that I'm going to use is talk a little bit about my rangahau and then basically teach a song in the same way that my grandfather, that I also like to teach our kids, whakarongo titiro kōrero. Nō reira, mā te whakarongo taringa a ngā kau a wairua ka ako. So people won't be given the words and things to look at. It'll just be watch, follow, listen, and repeat. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So that's, again, another ako strategy that our tūpuna have been using forever and a day. And it also still serves us well today.
I'm just double checking. Do I have to sing now? No.
You won't today, Heidi, but but if you come to WIPCE, you probably will. Okay, so yes, I'm not going to be doing that. Yeah, not going to be doing that today. We won't freak everybody out. But it was just probably to give more of an indication that presenting, I suppose, like many others, presenting years of rangahau in 10 minutes is rather impossible. So I thought, well, I'll just do something that's interactive, which is what I like to do, and is also another way of transferring our language. So yeah, Poina, do you have any questions for me today, Heidi?
Yeah. So this isn't the first time that you've presented at WIPCE, eh? How many times have you presented there?
I've worked at the very first WIPCE that we had here and held in Aotearoa in the early 2000s, because it was held at Te Whare Wānanga Waikato. One working that was probably my first real exposure to WIPCE. And then I've only presented once before. That was in Toronto, or Toronto as they call it, in 2017. That was also with Te Wānanga Aotearoa, and I was fortunate enough to have a 45-minute slot there, so I was able to really expand on what I was doing at the time with my rangahau. I did go under the auspices of Te Wānanga Aotearoa, which I really want to acknowledge the support that we get to attend big kaupapa like this, because we know it's not a cheap exercise, but again, it's another way of presenting our global awesomeness to the world. And one of the things that I did notice at the last WIPCE that I attended is that a lot of people turn to Te Wānanga Aotearoa as an example of what is possible in an Indigenous wānanga. Even though we still have other governmental spaces that influence some of the activities we do, but ultimately he whare Māori, mo te Māori, mo ngā iwi katoa Aotearoa, mo te ao. As our own philosophy says, what are we here to do? To provide education, opportunities of the highest quality, first to Māori, yes, and a whare Māori. then to peoples of Aotearoa, which is everyone else here, and then the world, which is everybody. So
Mm.
we are not exclusive, and it's our presentations are very well attended, and it's because of the work that has been done before us today.
Mm. So that, I mean, it might, is there anything else that you can think of that would be sort of the benefits for presenting at WIPCE?
I mean, the biggest benefits are to the wānanga and getting our, again, reinforcing what we do, getting our name out there, being able to showcase the calibre of rangahau that we have in our wānanga. I think it's probably also another opportunity to let people know about Te Manawa Haukura, which is new as far as the last WIPCE in the space, and the importance that we place on rangahau within our wānanga. As far as presenting, is that, you mean just for the wānanga, or is that for those that are presenting or might be thinking of doing so in the future?
Yeah, I suppose it's like if there was someone that is considering, do I want to present this mahi that I'm working on at the moment? Yeah. What are some
I suppose
tips
the
for
first
them?
thing is making sure you nail your abstract. Being able to say everything you want to say in a really concise manner. And it takes a bit of work, but once you get your first abstract, and if it's the same kaupapa, then you're really just refining it as you might move through to different kaupapa where you can present your kōrero or your rangahau. So being able to nail the abstract in the time frame, most of them are between, I don't know, maybe 150, which isn't too many words, to 500, maybe 700 max. So that's usually a difficulty. And if it's the first time you've done it, then go and ask for help. We have Te Manawa Haukura here who, with Kaimahi in that space, who have been doing this for a long time and have been presenting for a long time. So I think often we don't look at the tools we have right here in front of us. And so that would be my first one, is if you are looking at presenting outside in some spaces, then nail the abstract, because at the end of the day, that's what gets you to the next phase. If your abstract is not nailed, then it probably won't get looked at as closely as others might. So nail it, but find the help to nail it. Get people to have a look at it. Get people that don't know your kaupapa to read it. Because if they can understand what you're trying to get through, he mea nui tērā. It means that you've articulated well what your kaupapa is. That's one. The other one is to remember that you are actually presenting in front of a whole lot of people. So if that is something that you are not used to, then you need to get used to it real fast. And whether that means practicing in front of whānau or in front of friends or in front of your colleagues, because the best presentations are those ones done with ease. One, because you know your kaupapa inside out and you could talk about it till the cows come home. And also too, because you've practiced it. Even those that have been doing this mahi for a while will still practice their kōrero. If you're going to be using visual aids in that space, again, I mean, this is kind of 101, I suppose, when it comes to visual aids, is that less is better. You tend to go to some presentations where people have got a whole big rautaki or strategic plan up there that nobody can read. Less is better, bigger words, visuals. And for all my tetramappers out there, have you hit all the elements? So when you look at putting your presentation together, are you catering to the earth element that just wants to know what you're there for today? I want you to get to the end of your kōrero. Are you catering to the air elements and preferences who actually like the detail and like to see a clear pathway and picture through your kōwhau? Are you catering to our water elements who want to know where is the benefit for our people in your kōrero? How will it impact either your own communities or communities that you might go into? And last but definitely not least, are you catering to the fire element that doesn't want to go to sleep while you're talking? So what are your strategies to ensure that you are inspiring people for the whole time that you are up? And it takes work and it takes practice. And there's nothing worse for myself than listening to a monotone presenter that is just flicking through slides. So even if you have, especially for us, it's what we do really well is having some sort of interactive little activity halfway through your kōrero, which brings people back to the kaupapa if they happen to have drifted off somewhere. So I suppose if I had any tips, that's what it would be. It's around how you present your kōrero. You could have the best kōrero in the world, but if you're not an engaging or inspiring or motivating presenter, the likelihood is that nobody will listen to, they won't hear the kōrero.
Yeah, I suppose that's my my new learning from this year being within the Te Manawa Haukura Rangahau space is, you know, we know have Piu will travel, well the new thing is have Rangahau will travel for me, you know, so it is possible, but you still have to nail that presentation side. Otherwise, you're not actually getting the message across that you're trying to communicate to people as well, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any other thoughts that you have that to share with the other kaimahi presenting at WIPCE or coming along to WIPCE for the first time as well?
Ko tāku i te tuatahi, he mihi nui ki a koutou i tuku nei i wā koutou kōrero, o koutou whakaaro kia wānanga hia kia whakamātau hia e te ao. So just want to really acknowledge those that have taken the step. Some, I see some are actually have been to a few WIPCE, presented on behalf of Te Wānanga Aotearoa, so quite comfortable in that space. But for those that this will be a new experience, well done for putting your hands up and giving it a go. And what better place to do it than at the World Indigenous Peoples Conference for Education. So yeah, just a big ups to everyone. Have fun, enjoy it, and always remember that you are representing our wānanga. So when you stand up, it's not just your kōrero, but you are representing Te Wānanga Aotearoa. As Evie would say, the last 40 chapters you are representing, and you are helping to write the next one. So when you think about that when you're standing up, because without Te Wānanga Aotearoa and Te Manawa Haukura, we would not be able to be attending this.
Cool. Thank you, Haani. Thank you for giving us time today.